Moving forward. Number 10. Over what interval is the graph y equals 3 minus x minus 2 quantity squared increasing? And there's a little hint there. Look at the graph on your TI-84. If you do not have a TI-84, you go see the lovely lady in the library and she will give you a TI-84. She will even put batteries in the TI-84. And believe it or not, she knows how to use it because she understood the assignment in high school. So I go to y equals. I type in 3 minus x minus 2 quantity squared. You actually should know how to graph this by hand. Let me show you what it looks like by hand. It goes right 2, up 3, opens, down. This stuff is on your graphing quizzes. Right 2, up 3, opens, down. That's what it looks like with a vertex sitting at 2, 3. Don't believe me? Zoom 6. Oh, I didn't have the curvature quite right, but everything else was right. Now it says, where is it increasing? It is increasing from where x is negative infinity all the way to the top of that point, which is at 2. It is increasing as long as x is less than or equal to 2. But notice what I said. Interval, negative infinity to 2. I don't need that equal there. Increasing and decreasing never have equality. All right, number 11 is identify the transformations of the parent function. F of x is the absolute value of x that gives g of x being 2 minus 4 plus the absolute value of x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify this a little bit. I'm going to distribute that negative. And then I'm going to rewrite it in a standard form. Oops. What I had in my head and what my hand wrote were not the same thing. There we go. It's easier to see the transformations this way. All right. So what's happened here? We've gone down 2, and we've had an x-axis reflection. So that's it. This will be a select all on your quiz. So I'm going to select something that talks about vertical shift down. And then I'm going to talk about a vertical or x-axis reflection. So there's my 2 transformations that actually happened. Moving forward. Write the first 4 terms of the sequence defined by a sub n is 3 if n equals 1, and a sub n minus 1 minus 5 if n is greater than 1. This number right here is your common difference. Your first term is going to be 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to take away 5, and that's going to give you negative 2. And you're going to take away 5 again, and that's going to give you negative 7. And then by God, you're going to do it again, and that's going to give you negative 12. And that would be the first 4 terms, because that's how hard it is. Half of y'all missed that on the last test, even after taking it a second time. Form and notation. Find the sum of the arithmetic sequence 7, 13, 20, 154. If I had all day, 7 plus 13 plus 20 plus 27 plus 34 plus 43, ... Figure out the pattern. By the way, I did just figure out the pattern. And that needs to be fixed to be a 14. Got a typo there. The difference is 7. Ah, crap. That makes that 21. Hope the last number's right. Pretty sure it is. Anyways, Milbrath's got something he's got to fix. That's supposed to be a 14. That's supposed to be a 21. I think we'll be okay. All right. A wise man by the name of Gauss tells us that the sum of n terms is n over 2 times the first term plus the last term. Now, I know the first term is 7. I know the last term is 154. All right. What I don't know is what n is. So I take this. That wise man that was named Gauss also gave us this formula, that the nth term is the first term plus n minus 1 times the difference. The difference is 7. The first term is also 7. And the last term is 154. This enables me to solve for n. So I'm going to do the distributive property here. I'll get 154 equals 7 plus 7n minus 7. Clean it up. 154 is 7n because 7 minus 7 is nothing. Divide by 7, and I get that n is 22. Seems legit. I put that right there. Now, I say this is quicker. When I do this, I don't show all this. I don't. I do it up here. And it's a whole lot quicker than doing that in my head because I'd lose my place. Anyways, what do we got here? We got 11 times 7 plus 154, which is 163. It's a big number. I'm kind of tired. Probably be quicker if I just push the buttons in the calculator. 1793. And I made a mistake, didn't I? That's 161. That's better. 1771. All right. Underneath this, we got to solve by graphing. I'm not asking you to freehand graph this. That's what graphing quizzes are for. All right. Solve this by graphing. This does need to be moved into your graphing quiz at some point in time. I mean, it's state standards that you be able to do things by hand. I'm going to put that in Y1. I'm going to put that in Y2. And once again, if you do not have access to a TI-84, that is entirely your fault. I've been telling you for weeks now that the librarian will give you one. And she will. She will. Do a Zoom 6, like you were taught. And there's 2 answers. Now, this is a made-up problem. I didn't spend more than 30 seconds making it, so I don't expect the answers to be nice. One of them is about negative 0.6180. Second trace 5 again. The other one is right here. And 1 in 3, or 33% of all juniors will miss this problem. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm hearing the math is too much for me. I didn't do any math. I pushed buttons on a TI-84. I don't know what's up with it. All right, moving on to the next one. Solve this equation by graphing. You notice it's got the inequality symbol? I'm sure somebody will ask me where I put that in on a calculator, and you don't. You don't. You just have to use your brain. There's Y1. There's Y2. There actually is a way to make a calculator shade, but it causes more problems for me than it's worth teaching. So I'm not going to screw with it. I've tried it in the past, and it was just a huge headache on my end. I'll never do it again. And that was with a much better group of kids. So I'm not going to mess with it. Anyways, I put the left in Y1, the right in Y2, zoom 6. Now, you do have to understand a couple of things. What it's asking is saying, where is the V below the parabola? See that less than symbol below the parabola? The V is below the parabola in only one spot, right there in the middle. All right? So second trace 5, get close, enter, enter, enter. The left boundary is negative 3.5615. So this happens between x values of negative 3.5615 and whatever this x value is. Enter, enter, enter. 0.5616. I bet that was supposed to be a 6. Yeah, that was supposed to be a 6. Now, it says answer using inequalities. So x is greater than or equal to, notice that equality symbol there, negative 3.5616, and x is less than or equal to 0.5616. And whatever's on your test is going to be nice numbers. You need to understand that. The test will be nice numbers, plain and simple. I spend more time engineering those questions than I do on a practice sheet. This one has to be done by hand. Could you use RREF? Yes. Could you use matrices? Yes, but I want this done by hand. And what I'm going to do for this particular example is I'm going to multiply the top by negative 4. Negative 4x plus 8y equals negative 24. I did that for a desired outcome. The desired outcome was that the x's would disappear. 7 and 8 makes 15, and 9 take away 24 is negative 15. This will give me that the y value is negative 1, because negative 15 divided by 15 is and always will be negative 1. Now that I have y, I can just plug it in right there. X minus 2 times negative 1 must be 6. X plus 2 is 6. Subtract the 2. X is 4. So we have the ordered pair for negative 1, because that's x, that's y. For those of you who are just now waking up. All right. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. Before parent-teacher conference is over, I might have this done. I'm going to stop that video.